Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A of questions that I got on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, and also through text message. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stick around till the end so you can find out a little bit about me and what I do. And thank you so much for watching. Autumn from Snapchat wants to know, where do you find your inspiration for drag? Is it one specific person, or do you combine aspects of drag that you like in your own unique style? I'm inspired by so many things. I have a plethora of inspiration, but I'm really inspired by like popular culture, but also like period pieces. Like when you put them together, I just really like that. And I just think that's, you know, like fun. Like, for instance, popular culture, but I also I'm really obsessed with the 60s and just like stuff like that. I just really like it. Kara wants to know what my favorite eyeshadow palette is. My favorite eyeshadow palette is, I think it's called the Levitic palette, maybe? But it's really good for like nude eyes, which I do most of the time because that's a super versatile look. And then you can pair any lip color and then it works with your outfit. So I really like that for when I perform. Haley wants to know what my favorite look I did so far was, and she also says that hers is my Lana Del Rey look that you can see on my Instagram. My favorite look that I've done so far is probably a cat suit, but it's a replica of one that Marina and the Diamonds wore when she did Lollapalooza. A lot of my drag is inspired by Marina and the Diamonds, and it's just sort of a thing that I like to do. I feel a connection to the character Electra Heart, so that's basically the character I try to convey, but like in my own way. I don't want it to feel like I'm like being not original because I'm trying to be. I just really feel a connection to the character. Nicole wants to know, how do you decide what song to do in a show? Do you pick a look, then a song to match, or vice versa? So basically, the way it works, I think outfits are important, but I also think that the lyrics are more important than the outfit sometimes. But the lyrics aren't always going to get you tips. It just depends, but most of the time I get a song that I think I could work a crowd with, and then after I have that song, I just pick an outfit. So I would say it's probably the music and then the outfit, to answer your question. Jess wants to know what the hardest part of doing my makeup is. Probably my eyebrows, just because I do have sort of low brows, and for looks where I cover my brows, they're awfully thick and dark, so that's kind of hard. And then in looks like this, they, because they're so low, they still kind of make me look like I have a big forehead. There's not a lot of, like, eye space to show you the lid without having to be, like, looking down or something. Amanda wants to know, what is drag? Do you have to do makeup a certain way? What makeup do I use? So basically drag is, like, female impersonation, but, like, for entertainment purposes, I guess. But I mean, not everyone does it to be entertaining, of course, but like, I think it's a good way to explore like who you are without any limitations. There's no like certain way to do makeup, but like in the community there are people who are like not super accepting of how other people choose to do their things, and like I think that's stupid, but like it's whatever. Like, for instance, a lot of people don't like when people use their real eyebrows, like I'm doing right now, but I mean, it's whatever, I guess. I find that you don't really necessarily have to spend that much money to get good quality products. Emily wants to know, how exactly would you describe the feeling of being in drag? Do you feel more empowered? Okay, so here's the thing. In drag, I have no like anxiety, anything like that, and I think it's because you're channeling this character that you've like created, so you wouldn't create them without imperfections that you don't want. So it's like you've created this person, obviously you're not gonna not like what they represent and all that stuff. So I think it is empowering because, like I said, you get to explore yourself without any limitations. Marissa wants to know, how long does it take to do my full drag makeup? Gosh, something like this takes about 45 minutes. But, usually if I'm performing, maybe an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, around that. I don't wear like a ton of makeup, but I mean, there's still a lot there that has to be done. Trey wants to know, when did I start, where do I get my drag stuff, and how does the southern community react to my drag? So basically I started around 15, 14, obviously not professionally, but I would just practice my makeup, practice things like that. I get my drag stuff practically anywhere, but I like particularly to buy a lot of things from like local stores, because I mean, it's not that expensive and it's easy to work with. But I'm no stranger to shopping online for things either. The southern community is actually pretty accepting. I mean, I've gone to like Walmart and stuff in drag and not had a problem with it. I've also gone to other public places and like not had a problem with it, like public events and things. I've never been like harassed or anything because of it. I mean, of course people stare, but like the way I look at it, people like to stare and I like attention, so we both get what we want. But as far as the club goes, when I work here, which is way more conservative than Johnson City, Tennessee, I make more tips than I do in Johnson City, which is strange to me because it seems like people would be more accepting and more willing to tip there, but I mean, I guess you never know, but it also could be because as I advance I get better, but you never know. Pasha, Savannah, and Braxton have all asked me what my favorite makeup brand is, and I've already discussed my favorite eyeshadow palette. My favorite bronzer keeps like changing for some reason. First I used this palette by Rue 21, and then I decided that wasn't dark enough, so I switched to this, it's like this little square thing by e.l.f., and it has one side is bronzer and one side is blush, and I used that for the longest time. And then I recently bought this palette called Plastic Surgery by Cherry Tree, and it has like a highlighter, a contour, and a bronzer, and I used it for like 2 months maybe, and then the pans aren't that deep, so it started to run out, so I was like, oh, I'll just save this and like do like day drag and stuff with my e.l.f. bronzer. But I've actually been liking my e.l.f. bronzer more, and I used that today. So for lipsticks, I don't really use anything except for 2 brands of lipstick. I use Jordana lipstick, which is really cheap but good quality, and it smells amazing. And I also use Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. Today I have on Gemini by Jeffree Star. Sydney wants to know what my favorite lipstick is. I guess we just went over that. Devin wants to know who/what are my biggest inspirations. I'm very, very, very inspired by the 60s. Marilyn Monroe. Marina and the Diamonds also, like, obviously. My biggest inspiration in my drag, though, is probably Electra Heart. Because, like I said, I just have a connection to the character, and that's just who I want to convey. But, like, obviously I'm not, like, copying everything. But, I'm basically taking the character and the aesthetic and, like, making it my own, and just doing what I want with it. Cheyenne wants to know how long have I been interested in drag. Probably for 4 or 5 years now. I never was interested in like performance drag until I met my friend Lucy DeVille, who I now do cameos for at Element Nightclub sometimes. So shout out to her. That was maybe 2 years ago. That's when I started thinking about it seriously. It's like something I could do to like make money. Maddie wants to know what made me decide to do drag. So I like always thought about it, but I didn't think I could. Obviously, one, because I felt like I would have to get up in front of a ton of people and I couldn't do that because I had like super bad anxiety, but also because I just didn't think that that was something I could do until I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race like super late after it had aired. So it's like season 5 is about to air, right? So like I back up and watch season 4. And like I was just so drawn to Sharon Needles because within myself, I was like, people in the community won't accept me, and obviously people weren't that accepting of Sharon because she was weird and out there, but then she won. And I was like, what the heck? And so that like was sort of a gateway for me to be like, okay, I can do this. I was like, maybe I could do this and people will respect me anyway. So that I started doing it. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I try to post videos every Saturday. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or you can check out my other videos. I will put one right there. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. See you next time.